What are trade lines and how can they help you build business credit? Recently, I talked to a business owner who had been in business for a number of years. His business was doing very well. He had checked his business credit and he was shocked. He had no business credit history, and as a result, he didn't have good business credit scores. He couldn't figure out what he was doing wrong. I got to tell him about trade lines, the key to building business credit. Let me explain how they work. I'm Gerri Detweiler, education consultant for Nav. Nav believes every small business owner deserves the chance to succeed. Stick around because I'm going to tell you how to get trade lines and how to use them to boost your business credit. What are trade lines? First of all, trade lines are just another way to describe accounts that appear on your business credit reports. These accounts are essential because in order for a business credit score to be calculated, there have to be accounts that you've managed in the past. There has to be an account history that's used to predict how your business will pay in the future. That's what trade lines do. So trade lines are similar in some ways to the personal credit accounts you get, like your mortgage or your credit card or your car loans. But one of the big differences between business trade lines and those personal accounts is that not all companies that extend business credit report to all the business credit bureaus. So you sometimes have to be very strategic or proactive about building business credit. That's what happened to the entrepreneur I talked to. He wasn't working with companies that would report his payment history. So what are your options when it comes to getting trade lines? One of the most popular options is what's called Net 30 or supplier accounts. This is where you get credit from your suppliers. Let's say you need to buy janitorial supplies or office supplies or shipping boxes. You buy from companies that will let you buy now and pay later. And if they report your payment history and you pay on time, that provides a credit reference. One of the great things about supplier accounts is that most of them don't check personal credit, so you don't have to have good personal credit in order to qualify. Nav offers a list of easy Net 30 trade lines that help build business credit, and we'll include a link in the description. Another option is business credit cards. Most small business credit cards and charge cards report to business credit bureaus. Now again, not all of them report to all the business credit bureaus, so sometimes you need a couple of these accounts in order to round out your credit history. But if you pay on time and keep your balances low, this can be a great way to add a trade line and build your business credit history. Small business lines of credit and some small business loans also often report into business credit, and they can be an excellent credit reference if you pay them on time. The last group I sort of call credit builder accounts. These are accounts like Nav Prime, which report your payments to business credit bureaus, adding an additional reference on your credit report. The beauty of these types of accounts is they're usually very easy to get, and good personal credit is not a requirement. So how do trade lines help build your business credit? Well, the number one factor in any credit score is going to be payment history, and that's especially true with business credit. So having at least a couple of accounts that show on-time payments on a regular basis is a great way to build your business credit history. A mix of trade lines is also helpful. So maybe you have a supplier account, you have a business credit card, you have a Nav Prime account. That mix of different types of accounts can be beneficial when you're building business credit. So one of the questions I get is, how fast will these trade lines help me build business credit? And the one thing to keep in mind is that sometimes it can take a billing cycle, 2 billing cycles, and sometimes even 3 billing cycles for that account to show up on your business credit. And then it helps to have a few months of on-time payment history. That's why one of the best things you can do if you're trying to build business credit is to get started now rather than waiting. It's not an overnight process. Another question we get a lot is, should I buy trade lines? Now, in the personal credit world, there's this process where people will pay to get added to someone else's credit card as an authorized user. And when they do, that account history shows up on their credit. There's not really an equivalent in business credit to getting added as an authorized user. Many cards offer employee cards, but those may or may not report. So really, your best bet is to start establishing trade lines on your own in the name of your business. And it's not that difficult to do. So rather than spending your money buying trade lines, spend your money buying the things that you need for your business and buying them from companies that will report your payment history. The one equivalent in the business credit world is something that's called buying an aged corporation or an aged trade line. And that's where you buy a corporation that was formed years ago and maybe hasn't been in use for a while. That can be very expensive. I've seen offers for aged corporations of $75,000 to $100,000, and you're probably better off spending that money in your business and growing your business rather than simply trying to jumpstart the process of trade lines. So how do you start using trade lines? The first thing you have to do is check your business credit reports. See what's reporting now. And if you don't have anything reporting, then you're starting from a blank slate. It's often a good idea to start with 2 or 3 trade lines so that you start building that credit history. And then as you go along, you can monitor your business credit and see if you're making the progress that you want. And if you aren't, you might choose to add another trade line or 2. Or if your business is growing and you need financing, you might choose a company that will report your payment history so you're benefiting not just from the credit you're getting, but from the on-time payments on your credit reports. Nav Prime offers up to 2 trade lines. With Nav Prime, you can check, manage, and monitor your business credit and see what progress you're making. Use the link in the description to get started. Business trade lines aren't a hack. They're a legitimate way to build business credit, so take advantage of that opportunity and get started. Like, share, and subscribe for more business building tips.